So welcome to episode 12 of Self-Overwatch Review. My camera refuses to focus, so I hope I'm excused, but my face is not the main selling point of the stuff, so it should be fine. I move to the left side. No, not play. Career profile, history, replays. Icon vault. Oh, that was quite some game. I remember that we kind of were very dissatisfied with our supports. That's why we started to try to do solo stuff, and it didn't work out. But we have to find out if it didn't work out because I noob or because bad tactic. Or both. Okay, I think somewhere around here it starts. Meh. Not really, but well. That's what we have. So that's what we go with. Oh, 2 seconds after spawn, Soldier died to Junkrat. How did he do it? He just ran blind out of spawn and got obliterated by projectiles. Awesome. That's a very good start. So we are 4 on 5.
Let's get this done.
But the enemies are overextended, so we try to capitalize on that one and see if we can get some railgun headshot off. Because this is in general a very good position, so it's kind of, I think, okay to try to get something done. Because enemies cannot punch me here easily, right? So they don't have easy access onto me. Now this is risky, because we're still 5 and 4. But I feel like we have pressured them a little bit, they fell back a little bit, they gave us some space, and now I can contest this high ground, which of course forced them to fall back even further. And because I'm not punished, I just keep rolling with it, but nevertheless, my main tank dies. Even though 1 DPS was gone, but this was basically a 3 on 4 in this case. No, my soldier was back, so it was a 4 on 4. But it wasn't enough. So even though I took all the risk, it was just a 4 on 4, I didn't get anything out of it. So here I could have tried something more aggressive, it was just bad. Okay. I hear him getting chased, so I'm careful here. But I also had some kind of killing capacity there, but I failed it. Luckily I dodged the spear. But honestly, not too many decisions going down here, because honestly there are not too many options here, right? So the one option I could have estimated was a slide, but really, who cares? Now, this situation is interesting, because what happens here is that let's watch this again. So we pressured the enemy tank, and he's quite low because he makes a mistake. Also, I have no idea why the enemy NR fails to heal him. But we get him down to 100 HP. Remember, it's still 100, right? It's not low. Unlucky, my entire team is also low, but we see here a low Orisa and low Soldier, which means 2 low targets. Enemy sports cannot support both. So we decide to go in, but there's a Junkrat flying to our face. But he would actually get punished by the Soldier. So there's one isolated target here then, basically, that can get attacked by my team. 1 low HP tank without cooldowns. And the Sojourn, which is still not full and just use their cooldowns. So even though they have the number advantage, they don't have the cooldown advantage right now, which I have with my orb. And well, I slide it in, so that way I can go very fast. I sadly don't have any railgun, I just watched out at the horse. And because the enemies kind of are low on the resources, I can kind of allow to do this more than I would be. So, because the enemy supports are pressured by healing 2 targets, I pressure the supports even more by now shooting the supports. So if I would shoot Orisa, the supports could heal Orisa up, but because I'm also starting now to damage the 3rd target, I actually try to kill that one. Because the supports can't support each other easily anymore, yeah. They need to keep the tank alive. I hope my team pressures, but honestly I do not know. I just hope that these guys are doing something. Actually they are, which is good. I'd actually get a headshot on Anna, so it was successful. Execution, and I get the double kill on Zen. Why? Because they were overextended, and why? Because the horse was stuck at this corner. And that's the thing, that because the horse went into this corner, the horse dropped low, and that's why you knew the supports need to go out in this orientation and need to overextend and give up the cover. And support out of cover. The 1 DPS have been pushed back earlier, the 2nd DPS has been pushed back just now. So I have like a safe space for 3 to 5 seconds, and I use it by obliterating the enemy supports. Now, this fight we win by just waiting for regroups. So I try to take as little damage as possible, even though my team still manages to die. Honestly, and I think this is roughly the point where I think that, what the hell are my supports actually doing? Like, Anna fully knows that there's a soldier in fire and a soldier on the high ground, and she looks here for a spot to snipe the enemies. Like, this is such a hard throw from mayonnaise. Like seriously. Like, whatever damage this Anna can do, I can do double if I get a support. But instead I need to let a 2-kill solo. And Soldier also cannot follow up. Why? Because Anna's not healing him. Let's look at this. Look at it. I mean, okay, this guy also never heard of cover. He basically thinks cover is a French word for something to eat. But look at this. Just look at it. I mean, the Orisa would have died from Soldier my fire alone. There's no need to not heal teammates. Like, doing damage as Anna is totally fine, but not if you need to sacrifice your effectivity for it. Like, there's no point sacrificing one teammate to kill an enemy. Like, that's not how it works. Okay, un lecker covar. Yeah, well, that's not really French, but we tried. Oh, look at who's too late. Teammate dies while having heal nade available. Sorry, in this case you don't need anti-nade, you can just heal. Because we don't need to kills anymore. We don't need the anti-nade, we don't need kills. We just need to survive this, but we don't. And now... Nah. So that's one of the reasons why I was very disappointed early on in this game for my supports. Because that's how they support. But still, nevertheless, we just try to regroup here, wait for our reinforcements. Now it's a little bit iffy because even though I killed 2 supports, the enemies, we also lost 2, so it's 3-on-3 right now. But the enemy tank still didn't die too far ago, so we still have a short period of time where we are 3-on-2. So using resources on my main tank, and I can randomly go in. I didn't plan for this, but the soldier was overextended, so let's go for it. By the way, the soldier being overextended is not random. Because what your teammates do is they peek here and shoot. And so if they peek here and shoot on this corner, and then they fall back because they are low, like this, then the enemies say, oh, I shoot from here, oh, they fall back, I rotate out, but then they go behind the car, at some moments they go back, and if you catch them into this transition, you get 3 kills, basically.
This is our objective now.
Sadly, not happening in higher levels anymore, but just this low level, you can still punish it. Not sure why I didn't go for headshots there. Yeah, that was just random.
Objective A captured. The payload.
Atrocious. And now, we kinda want to fight, but my supports really don't. So this guy can't heal because he's charging shots. He probably has not set his orb onto anything. If I can find him. This one. Orb is set onto Anna, okay. But orb is set onto Anna and Anna's fully AFK on payload. Just fully AFK. Just not in the game anymore. Put yourself out, the same as being dead. Awesome. So in hindsight I can understand why I was tilting at my supports. I'm even tilting at my supports now. Kinda risky to sensor still, but I kinda thought I can get away with it, and I kinda could. Just waiting for my supports in disbelief that they are really not moving, both of them. No heal up, no nothing. Maybe we traded it 4-on-4. So soldier was Junkrat. Now the supports do not even know that I'm low HP. So even though they now know the Roadhog, I'm sitting here without any support whatsoever. Of course one of them died. To this high ground, but I cannot contest high ground because I'm low HP. I decided to go here behind the enemy team. I think this is still correct. Push the enemy ender down. Here we have a killing chance onto Zen. Kinda hurt him, but we failed to find him. And here I staggered too long. So here against this Jungle should have just died. But I thought I can still get away with it. but I couldn't because of the bomb ricocheting from high ground from this doorstep actually hitting me on the way back. Well, that's how Junkrat works, right?
Hitting the ground running. This ends now.
Okay, so we have ult against ult. So kinda would like to go in.
Feeling better.
Is my Anna dead? Oh, she's alive somewhere. Hmm. Okay. That was very random, honestly. Bunny hopping to death, okay. So here I'm only trying to get in the position behind them, so it's actually stupid to shoot. I should have just went there without shooting. I do not gain anything by shooting. I just want to get behind them and try to assassinate something from behind them. Basically playing like an echo now or something. So we try to break this cloak from behind. We get the initiating kill. I heard the Anna, so we go. Very sloppy.
Feeling better.
Need to get out, but at least I'm kind of taking both supports onto my face. But for some reason this wasn't enough for our team to win this. I'm honestly not sure why again. How did we lose this? No heal up, not good offset. So he does it now. Okay, so this guy really can't do anything. Okay. What is Kiriko doing? Like, if you want to heal, why are you overthinking so much? Like, she's not shooting whatsoever at all. Actually, this exact same mistake as last time she died. Went with the tank turns around, she just turns camera and doesn't walk back. Basically misses 3 heals on an auto-aim character. Awesome. So this is some desperation shots because my team actually died. Didn't expect an end here.
Quick repair won't fix.
So this assault is a little bit overextended, so I thought maybe I can get a one-on-one on him, but I overextended myself because I got greedy. I should have shot him low from here, and if he doesn't peek, I also cannot go out here. So this was played wrong from my side. Should have just stayed in cover and shoot, but I went myself into transitioning and it was just stupid. Junkrat is just better than me, there's nothing else to say. So I think this position was in general still okay. I think we should have been able to fight this solo Junkrat at this position. And of course should have waited for my tank and went behind my tank. And so thanks changed to Sigma. So now I should try to abuse the space he gets. And now my soldier died because I wasn't there because I died earlier. So this defense also lost. Yeah, so if you regroup and spawn with your tank. There's no point in going out and risking dying early. There's nothing to gain. Close enough. I'll allow it.
This ends now. Double. Nice work, team.
So this should be 1. We maybe just used 2 ults. That's actually fine. Oh, 2 out of 5. That's very good. Could have been a lot worse. Is Kiriko dead again? She is, okay.
Breaking them down.
Initially I wanted to go high ground, but it kind of failed. I really don't know why. Kind of the soldier distracted me. I wanted to go on high ground, I should have gone to high ground. It was a fail. Got distracted during my mission. So some fights I'm just tunnel vigiling, the other fights I'm just getting randomly distracted. It's always the wrong one. For some reason, this fight I forgot that I could go left side. I really don't know why. There's nothing I can do about that one. And that should be it. Okay, very rough round. We had really not too many good fights. And the ones we had, I threw a lot of fights just by not being there, but not regrouping, not walking with my tank. I try to always clutch the 4 and 5 versions. That was really rough.
Complete.
I don't know how to win this. But I don't even know where I should have aimed better, honestly. Really rough review.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're falling apart.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
No, this could up, otherwise it would be net. We don't have a Zenith anymore, so of course there's no Discord op. And this one is again, I do not understand. What are they doing? Like, both supports have nothing else to do but to heal me here. Ah, they try but they fail. Okay, and got it. Both just miss. Okay. No, but honestly, the thing is, it's just too late. Support is just too late. So she sees 4 covers that are taking damage and she decides to reload now. Right when people are low HP. That's the reason why we need to give up high ground. Okay, that's very random. Ooh, okay, that's rough.
Breaking them down. Enemy down. Lost away. Feeling better.
Yeah, I think this is the point where I actually tilted. That was of course just complete throw. Ah well, I think this will be a very short review. So I think in hindsight, this game is mostly unwinnable. The thing is that my solo actions I actually wanted to see are not very relevant. Because honestly, it was mostly a 4 and 5. Because they either went in for too long and then someone in my team died, or they just died very early or whatever. So there was no real engaging from different sides. It was just not synchronized whatsoever because it was impossible to synchronize. Clark just was better than everyone on my team. And he can just totally abuse my supports are kind of slow and healing, so he can just destroy everything. So he's just a better DPS in this case. And I couldn't find any pressure on the important main things. One thing I noticed is that I actually got impatient a lot. Like, I didn't actually stand and shoot and try to protect something. I kind of went away very often. But it's really hard to say if it was... I really don't know. So this what review is kind of unconclusive. We just saw that it basically didn't work, mostly because of timing. So if I do things like this, I should also play more like Tracer and really time my attacks with Tracer and set up before. If I can't set up, then I should not stray away. Yeah, so it was just very, very unclean in hindsight, I have to say. Okay, so not too much learned, but well, it's still worth your time to kind of just see your gameplay, how it looks like afterwards, and to understand what happened. And just to re-estimate, okay, was this high ground was good or bad? I nearly died, but in hindsight, I think it was good. It could have worked out, unlucky that it didn't, and other situations as well. And why we see other situations where we just threw 3-4 team fights we threw away just for not waiting for my tank, for example. So yeah, so in general it was still useful. I hope you got something out of it, and see you next time. Bye bye!